Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you how to take input in Python. So input is a fundamental part of programming and Python provides several ways to get input from the user. The most common way is to use the input function, which reads a line of text from the user and returns it as a string. So let's start with some simple example. Suppose you want to ask the user for their name and then greet them. So here's how you can do it. So you can write name equal input. Here you can write the message that you want to show. For example, what's your name? And whatever the user types it, we are saving this here. And then I'm gonna add a print statement which will say, okay, hello, space, whatever your name is, I'm doing concatenation. I'm going to greet the user. So in this code, first we will call the input function, which will prompt what's your name. And when the user types your name and when presses enter, this input function then returns the entered text as a string, which we store in a variable called name. And now we are using print function to display a personalized greeting that indicates the user's name. So let's try to run this. Let's clear it. Okay. So you can write Python 3 and name of a file. Let's say input.py. It's asking what's your name. I can enter my name and enter. It says greets my name. You can also use the input function to get some numerical input from the user. However, keep in mind that input always returns a string. You need to convert the input to a number if you want to perform some numerical operations on it. For example, let's say you want to ask the user for two numbers and then add them together. Here's how you can do that. I'm gonna comment this code and say, okay, this is my number 1. I'm gonna ask the user to enter first number, and this is my number 2. I'm gonna ask enter the second number. I'm gonna store it in a result, but as I mentioned to you, this input function will return the value in string. If I need to add these two numbers, I need to cast them into the integer. And now I can print to see if it's working fine. So in this code, we first use the input function to get two numbers from the user. We store them in the variable number 1 and number 2. Since input returns string, we use the int function to convert the strings to integer before adding them together. We then store the result in the variable result and then use the print function to display the sum. And that's it. So let me just rerun it. So I'm gonna perform the same function, enter number 1, 5, enter number 2, and the result is 11. So you now know how to take input in Python using the input function. Of course, there are many other ways to get input in Python, but input function is a good place to start. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for my Python tutorials. Thanks for watching.